it's Sammy from Sammy's Sweet Life, and I have been working really hard behind the scenes to redo my whole background. I ended up moving that big cube shelf upstairs, and I wanted it to be filmed not in the corner of the room because I just really hated the angle of it. It felt super cluttered, and so I am testing out a different setup with the camera. Let me know how the volume is because I am further back from the camera how this is set up right now, and I will see how it goes. I'm gonna scoot up just a tiny bit. And yeah, I will need to adjust angles and things right now, like seeing it up on the screen, everything looks okay, but I think I need to lower things down. I may adjust it in a minute just to get a better look. Please be patient with me in my videos coming up because they're gonna be a little bit different backgrounds here and there. I have set it up a little bit how I wanted, but then I noticed like the ink pads look like they're coming out of my head a little bit, so I'm not a huge fan of that part. And I did get glammed up today because we are pillow chatting. In my thumbnail, I held up my Sterling Ink TN Common Planner. It's the Traveler's Notebook size, and this is my workout planner, and I just love it. I have had so much fun filling it out. I will jump to the other camera and show you guys a little bit of the inside of this. Okay, fitness planner. I have a few pages marked. I've shown this in other videos, but here is what January looked like. I did color code this, and I will continue to, but I kind of go back every so many days and color code. I don't necessarily do the color coding every single day. So there was my last ride, 8.2, and then the total for this month so far. And then here is all the rides, whatever strength I did, and then this is the monthly total. So 167.29. I haven't even written in actual like goal type of things over here yet, but I really like this habit tracker page. And then here I've got the hardcore on the floor calendar for January. Haven't used it for February, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that off because I don't need that. Then I've got my weekly. So here's this week so far. That was last night. I'm filming today. And then here is a look at the weeks. I put the totals in the side, but because I did so many rides stacked together, I had to total it up over here. I realized I was gonna run out of room. So I just put the main total on this side so I can see the totals from week to week. You can see there was my migraine. This was Pelotono, did not happen. And I write a little bit here and there, and these are days where it totally bit me in the butt not doing the workouts earlier because they were just going to be busy days and I didn't end up squeezing it in. I'm going backwards actually, but you can see the whole month. There's the monthly calendars. So sometimes I write things in. I was better about that in the beginning and then didn't write anything in most times, but I did write about these jam-packed days. Migraine days are written in, rest days are written in. I give myself a little sticker when I feel like I did a really good job that week. I'm making it a priority, but it's not all consuming. Like certain days I'm gonna have rest days. If I'm not feeling it or I've got too much going on and I just don't make it a priority that day, that's okay. I'll just jump back in the next day. Like Monday was a rest day. Actually that day I was planning on writing, but I was doing so much furniture building. I ended up being sore by the end of the day and I'm like, nope, I'm not doing any exercise. And here are the challenges. I have marked off quite a few of these things. Not so much the bar. And then this is all the Bradley Rose, Clear the Rose Garden. These are the rides I have left. I've made really good progress on this. I think more so on the cycling versus the strength stuff. And that's really it as far as this book. I'm just keeping up with writing down everything and I really enjoy all the Sterling Ink books, but particularly having a fitness planner in this small little size has been really fun so far. Okay, I adjusted things down a little bit, but I have had so much fun just Pelotoning again. I have been full on into it. I ended up with 2 migraines this month, one around ovulation, one around my period, and I feel like that's the best case scenario for me is like having 1 to 3 a month, just around like the beginning and ending of either of those hormonal shifts. It's just when I get migraines, those times of the month, generally speaking. So overall, migraines are doing well. I ended up trying to aim for 150 miles for the month, and that gets me the little gold badge on the Peloton app if you get 150 miles. And so that was my main goal, and I'm trying really hard to hit somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000 miles, and I tracked the pace. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Like I wrote out the mileage for 1,000 miles, whatever mileage total I needed to be at each individual day in January. I haven't yet written it out for February, even though we're well into February now. So the kids might be loud upstairs. I forgot to film this and now they're both home. I've got my fitness planner and then this is my wellness planner. I'm tracking food logging, self-care, all sorts of things. And they have yearly trackers in the front here. And I have been using it this one. So this is my yearly tracker. I'm tracking the full year of miles. I will write the monthly totals here. Totally forgot to do that in the beginning and started the month over again, but then I whited it out and finished writing in the miles here. I don't think I wrote in my last one. I don't know what days of the week we are here. Monday, Tuesday, so that would be the 6th. But I've got my monthly total here. This will be the full year total. And then I have this quarterly tracking page. I don't know what I'm going to use these for, but I wrote out the pace here. So like on January 1st, I needed to get 5.46 miles to get 2,000 mile pace, or 2.73 miles to get 1,000 mile pace. And then I just added them up all the way through. So I ended up with 167 at the end of the month, and I needed 169.9 to be at 2,000 mile pace at that point. So we'll do the same thing for February and March here. I liked being able to track and see how far behind I am or how far ahead I am. It just helps me stay on track. I'm like, you know, if I'm like 3 miles behind, it's not a big deal. But if I start getting way more behind, I need to catch up a little bit more. So that's just my little pace tracking here. And that's just in this planner. So I can see my monthly totals here, and then I can see my yearly full-on total here. I didn't like that I have my monthly totals. Last year I can pull those up on the bike, but then I have to add them up and see where I am for the whole year. And I like being able to have just the whole chart tracking the yearly progress, and then somewhere else tracking the monthly progress as well. So it works good with both of those little yearly habit trackers together. And I pull these ones out at similar times anyway, because I'm tracking food and wellness related stuff in here. And so it goes kind of hand in hand with the other book. But I plan on doing that as well, so I can keep track from a day-to-day basis. And some days I don't ride, and then some days like this weekend, I ride 20 miles. There's just no telling what I feel like I have the capacity for in any particular day, but I'm really trying to aim for one longer ride, like 45 minutes plus on the weekend, and then the rest of the time just doing about 30 to 40 minute rides. Because I'm trying to hit all the Bradley Rosa rides, I'm doing sometimes 2 20 minutes, so that would be a 40-minute day, and that seems to be fine. So I'll do somewhere between 30 and 40 minutes most days. I do take rest days. I have incorporated in some strength, but not a whole lot. I ended up having the migraine like a day after or 2 days after doing upper body, and I feel like that definitely helped set me off. So I have to be really careful with the strength still. I've got to make sure, like around those certain hormone shifts, that I'm not doing upper body stuff, because it really can mess me up. I'm really tight all, you know, neck and shoulders area. It's just my physiology. I was in a car wreck in college, and that's just where I hold all of my tension. It's just a tight area for me, so I have to be really careful with upper body stuff in particular, but I've incorporated in more strength. I've been really enjoying getting back into it, getting over 100 miles. I got, let's see, I'll look at my list here from last week. My total for January was 167.29, which is awesome. I will be happy getting about that many miles. If I can do that every month, that basically gets me to 2,000 miles. I was a couple miles under for the 2,000 mile pace where I needed to be for the month, and I was really happy with that. I ended up not doing Pelofondo in January. I ended up with the migraine the day before Pelofondo started, and I was so devastated. I just had a migraine hangover the next day, and then Sunday I just still didn't feel great, so I wasn't going to put in mileage. So I did end up skipping that Pelofondo, which was so sucky. I was so upset that Friday evening when I was getting the migraine. I was like, oh no, this ruins Pelofondo for me. Like, I just know the next day I'm not going to be riding, and I was not going to push myself in that situation because I don't want to get another one. I'm really, really prone that next day to having a back-to-back episode, so I knew riding was off the table at least that Saturday, and that Sunday I still didn't feel great, so I did skip that Pelofondo. I was really bummed about it, but I still ended up getting my mileage for the month, so I was super happy about that part of it. It was just, you know, one of those bittersweet things, like, oh, I could have gotten 200 miles if I had gotten that 50-mile Pelofondo in. But overall, things are going really well as far as working out. I really enjoy tracking it in my book. I've been working on the challenges, which I've showed you guys. And I just want to do a little bit more strength. I've been really like ride heavy the last week or so and not doing much strength, and then like building all the furniture and hauling so much stuff upstairs. We hauled that giant 4x4 cube shelf up the stairs, and we have split staircase, so we did have to do like the pivot thing and pivot up the stairs. And I was super sore the next day because that's like a full body experience. So I was super sore the next day for that. So like, I'm not going to do strength anytime soon with all this building and up and down, and like my lower back was sore. I'm like too old to be assembling furniture on the floor. It's all IKEA stuff, but it's still like just the act of moving all of the planners on all of the shelves, taking them off, building everything, putting them all back, getting up and down and up and down. I was like, there's gonna be no strength this week. It's just gonna be working out as far as lifting all this planner crap and putting it back on the shelves and building the furniture. And I still have more to go. I will end up having like a phase 2 of building and assembling and everything. So I'm super excited with how the background looks as far as like I can see here. I'll have to edit this and really find out how it looks and how it sounds, but I am super excited. This is the vision so far here. It's like having this little thing assembled. But yeah, I'll move the ink pads. I don't like the thing right above my head there. But anyway, as far as Peloton stuff, that's really all that's going on. So I do have to talk about the referral coupon thing. So I always say in these Peloton videos, if you use my referral code, it gives you $100 off your accessories. When you get the bike and you buy like the mat that goes under it, or set up dumbbells, resistance bands, whatever kind of accessories you want, or the Peloton shoes, just the Peloton branded shoes, it gives you $100 off those accessories. Not $100 off the bike, it has to be the accessories. But now they're offering $200 off, so that gets you the shoes and whatever accessories you want. That's a really good chunk of money, but they changed it on my back end system. Usually it was you guys get $100 and then I get $100 in the apparel store. That's how I get all my Peloton gear. This is a Peloton outfit. I get my Peloton gear through that. Well, they changed it starting, I don't know when, but I ended up getting one referral. Somebody purchased a Peloton bike or tread or rower, and I got a referral, and it gave me 2 months off of my Peloton membership, which was awesome. So much better than apparel. I have so much apparel. I give apparel away to friends. Johnny, I buy Johnny apparel that he doesn't really wear all that much, but I just am inundated with so much stuff. Even though I love the Peloton gear, I just have so much of it. So when they switched the coupon to this getting money off my membership thing, I get 2 free months, and the membership's not cheap, guys. It's like I want to say it's like $45-ish a month when tax and stuff is included. It's expensive. So to get 2 free months off instead of having to purchase Peloton gear was so nice. And it also changes it for you guys. It gives you $200 versus the $100. It's a really, really nice offering. So I will, again, talk about it in these videos at the end, but I wanted to let you guys know it's $200 versus $100, and I am 3 years into being a bike owner. I love it. It's a mental health thing for me, and like, I'll tell you my story about last night, but I just love my bike. I want to share with everybody. That's one reason I make these videos, but it's also that nice perk too that I do get benefits with that referral coupon. So it's always linked down below for you guys, that I'm a testament to, you know, the Peloton system is great. It works. I love it. I'm 3 years in and I'm just still in love with my bike just as much as day one. I got my 167.29 miles for the month and feel really good about that. We're a few days into January. Let's see, I'll look at my total in the beginning. We're just a few days into February. I said January, but I meant February, and I'm at 39.78 miles. I did a 22-mile thing over the weekend, and so I really racked up the miles for that day, and now I'm at 39.78 so far this month, which I hope to hit that 150 or even exceed that, but I'm just in love with my bike. That's why I do the Peloton chat videos, and I'm in all the Peloton Facebook groups. I love Peloton stuff, and I love the gear that I get. See my little shiny Peloton. Stella calls this my shiny crab shirt because it's got the little like foiling on it, and I said it was shiny, and she associates shiny with Tomatoa from Moana, so she called it my shiny crab shirt, which I love, so I call it my shiny crab shirt now too. But it's just been such a life changer thing for me. I was not a workout person. I was a couch potato person. I still can be a couch potato from time to time, but I'm a much more active, much more mentally relaxed type of person now, having this outlet, having this workout thing. And we rearranged our house and built a workout room because of my Peloton love. So I definitely want to sing the praises of it because I just love it so much. So let's talk mental stuff now. So I definitely feel stronger. I really like the way it gives me a booty lift. Doing all the cycling and doing the lower body workouts has definitely lifted my booty some, not like just flat pancake booty, but I've got a little bit of a lift. It does help body image stuff too, but mental health, it is so nice. So I had a really long day, just like carpooling back and forth. Olivia got braces yesterday, so it was a lot of like running around, keeping Stella entertained for that appointment, socializing a lot because there were a lot of our friends actually at the orthodontist with us. So it was just a lot of social time for me, a lot of kid chatter and being loud. Like Stella has no quiet volume, so it's a lot of like screaming and scream laughing when she's with her little buddies. And so I was just feeling fried at the end of the day. Like my whole body was just in overdrive after all the socializing time. It's one of our later nights too, so I ended up picking up food on the way home. It's our takeout night, so I picked up food on the way home and I put the food on the dining table and the kids and Johnny were ready to go. And I was like, okay, I need to ride my bike. And he's like, oh, okay, go ahead. Like I got this covered. And I just needed that time on the bike away from everybody. I didn't want to socialize at dinner. I just needed that time to myself because I was just totally fried by that point. And just getting on the bike for 30 minutes made such a huge difference in my attitude and my feelings on everything. I burned off some of that energy and I got that time to myself. It was just my me time and it made such a world of difference. And then I was a totally different person afterwards. Like I felt that sense of relaxation. I got my ride in, so I felt accomplished for that. I ended up with, I think 8 miles, like 8.2 miles during it. So it was a nice ride and listening to music and enjoying it and listening to Bradley Rose as he's coaching us through it was just such a game changer for me for that day. And I'm so glad that I had the awareness to do that instead of bark at my kids or lose my temper with Johnny. I really just took that time to myself, had that me time and recharged my own batteries. And I thank Peloton for that. Because, you know, if I was somebody who needed to work out at a gym, it's dinner time, I don't think it would be nearly as easy to get away for that 30 minutes. You know, it'd be like 10 minutes plus of driving back and forth, so 20 minutes plus for that, and then the 30 minutes riding, the stretching time. It would have taken me a good hour at least to do it outside of the home, but I could just go pop on my workout clothes really quick, hop on the bike because it's in my house, and it's just a huge game changer for me as a person. It gave me that pause that I needed, and thankfully Johnny could handle dinner, thankfully, and the kids were like, okay, have fun. Like they don't really care that much. Neither one of them were devastated or cared at all. They were too busy like digging into the food because they were hungry. So it was just that mental win for me. I got my ride in, got 8 more miles in, totally changed my whole feeling for the rest of the day, and I ended the day on a great note, even though like I was getting to that fried point where I was just gonna like start snapping at somebody, just overstimulated, overwhelmed, too much going on, very tired. I ended up riding instead of just feeling like ending the day like that, you know? So it made a big difference for me. I consider that a huge win, like just deciding, okay, I'm gonna go ride. And I changed my whole outlook on the rest of the day. Long story short, totally still in love with my bike, just as much as day one, maybe even more, 3 years in. I just really love it. I just wanted to let you guys know how it's going, talk about my book a little bit. I really love having a fitness planner. This is my 3rd year having a dedicated fitness planner, and it's just so much fun for me to write down the miles and keep track of everything. And I think that's all the Peloton stuff I have to share with you guys. I don't have any Peloton news. I don't follow like what's going on in the Peloton world all that much, but that's pretty much it. And as far as strength training, I thought like my fitness goals, I would stick with the hardcore on the floor calendar, but they use certain individuals on the calendar that are not my favorite people. I also don't like the shadow boxing, so I'm pooing on the calendar right now. She picks out some of the people I don't really love. Matty Giacomo's not on there, and I would take every class from him if I could. I really, really like him. And yeah, there's a couple of days in there that I just don't love the thing. They do like full body or body weight days. They also do the shadow boxing. They do a yoga day. They're just not set up how I want to do it. I really want to do 2 upper bodies, 2 lower bodies a week, and that's really all I'm taking from the calendar pretty much. And I haven't even been sticking with much strength the last week or so. So hardcore on the floor calendar is kind of out at this point for me. I don't know. Every time I go in to click the classes, I'm like, oh, I don't really want to take this. So I really have to just do it my own way and kind of forget about the calendar for a while because I just was not feeling that like, oh, I'm excited to take this class feeling about it at all. So I'm doing my own thing. I wrote it in for January, but I didn't write it in for February because I barely took anything on the January calendar. And most of the classes I subbed out, so it will be like, it's a 10-minute core. I substituted it with a Matty Giacomo core. I had a 10-minute upper body. I substituted with a Matty Giacomo upper body. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap up this video here. I'm just getting rambly and chatty at this point. I hope you guys are well. I would love to know if you have any fitness goals, what they are for February. Mine is just to hit that mileage goal and get in some strength. I don't have anything specific. I would really like to do 2 upper and 2 lower bodies a week, but at this point, it's just kind of, I squeeze it in when I can. Certain days of ours are super busy and I don't want to use like my kid free time working out. First of all, I want them to see me do it. And second of all, I want them to have some independent time, and that can be mommy's workout time. So I really try to work it in around our busy times. And you know, some days it works, some days it doesn't. I really don't want to do first thing in the morning because I am prone to migraines sometimes and I don't want to mess things up. Like I'm in a good flow right now, waking up when the kids get up, but sometimes it bites me in the butt not getting the workout in first thing, and then I'm too tired by the end of the day, or I don't squeeze it in during the day. Most of the days I've been pretty good about squeezing it in like mid-morning type of thing, or like early afternoon before it gets super busy for the day. But yeah, anyway, that's all I got. Let me know your February fitness goals down below. Like, subscribe, follow me along. I will try to do these about every month or so. Have a great day, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.